You know when someone is selling from stage and at the end the audience gets up and rushes to the back of the room to buy? That's a table rush. My name is Misha Z, and the Table Rush Talk Show is all about bringing you the tools, strategies, and tactics that you can use to grow your audience and inspire them to buy. This episode is under the idea, slots under the headline, What Happened Today? It's a What Happened Today episode. As I'm recording this episode in the morning, technically it's what happened over the past couple days. And it's really in regards to a thought that I had, or some clarity, or awareness, and maybe specifically comfort in my podcast, the direction of the podcast. I think confidence is another good word to throw in there. And just a sense of, I'm on the right track. I don't need everybody to listen, just the people who are interested in the message I'm trying to bring. I have 400 and change episodes recorded and published for what is now my Table Rush talk show. If you've been along for the ride for a bit, you know it was originally the Bitch Slap, the Accelerated Path to Peace podcast. And I switched from a more healing modality to a business, marketing, sales, lead gen modality. One of the things I really like, I love lead gen. I love lead generation. And it can also direct response marketing. There's so many different ways to talk about it, nuances around it. And I thrived in that arena for a good 20 years in my sales career. Telemarketing, mailers, either outbound sales calls or mailers to get the phone to ring. Randomly would do some talks. I was a mortgage banker, a home loan officer. For a brief stint, I even had my own, what's called a net branch, which is like a franchise. It's like Toyota corporate, and then there's Toyota dealerships. So there was a what was called Plaza Home Mortgage corporate, and then they had little net branches. So you ran the P&L, all this stuff, and it was a banker-broker model. I'm just giving you some details. You don't need to know any of what that is. Just need to know that, hey, I started a branch, ran a P&L, started my own. You could name it whatever you wanted to. That's another thing. So my little franchise branch, I can't even remember what it was called now. It doesn't matter. But, then I had assistants, people working for me. We were doing outbound telemarketing. I had a really cool dialer system set up. Was integrating CRMs, things like that. Anyhow, for a good year of this podcast and now talk show, I was pumping out the content in the episodes, doing these interviews, all this fun stuff. But I always had insecurity around the audience. Like feeling a need to have an audience size to justify my activities or my publishing. and really craving anybody to listen to it. I think that's it. Like, I was craving anybody listen it and like it. Which is an interesting spot to be. Because if someone's not a good fit for your message and you still want them to listen, it's going to cause me discontent. the podcast, or now talk show content creator. And as I've gotten clarity on my message, more clarity, let's say less murkiness, more clarity, more specificity, more of a idea of what I want to talk about, being able to confidently go, yeah, this is what I want to talk about. I'm confident in this message. I'm more confident in my path, more confident in the direction, what else can I say around that? My message. So over the past few days, and there was a specific moment. I was publishing an episode. This was a few nights ago. It's probably episode 410 or something like that. I'm publishing it, or I'm editing it up to publish it, and I, check the day's numbers and downloads and things, and as I'm, hitting the publish, pick the time and date I wanted to go live or to be published, I picked that date, and I had this strong sense of the audience size doesn't matter right now. The people that need and want to hear your message will find you. Don't worry about everybody else. You're on the right path. The people will find you, and that will be enough. It doesn't need to be Joe Rogan. It doesn't need to be Russell Brunson. It doesn't need to be there's all these what I would perceive as super successful podcasters, YouTubers, bloggers. And concurrently with that, I now have the vision of one way to start growing my audience of people who want and need to hear the message. It can help them and entertain them and all these things. And there is going to be a slice of the world that it is a good fit for. And so I'm also trying to be cognizant of speaking in full sentences, taking out the ums, so's, likes. It's so funny. Anyhow, to start slicing and dicing interviews and using those slice and diced clips, repurposing that to start creating attention for the Table Rush Talk Show, and a deep-seated knowing or understanding or confidence that I'm headed in the right direction. I am not saying that I won't have frustrations if I only have 20 downloads for the day, or 2 looks, likes, what have you, as I create reels, TikTok clips, posting bits of interviews on the Facebook.
So that's pretty exciting. Just feels good. And I'll end with this thought, perhaps another. I am clear that another way to grow my audience is to start putting myself out there on other people's podcasts, YouTube channels, blogs, like start making myself available to be interviewed. I do have questions on what to talk about with them, like other than just I want to be on your show. I would like to have a vision of what to offer them. Yeah, I think that's good enough for now. Everybody have a great day. Love to all.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Table Rush Talk Show. For resources to help you sell your stuff, go to belove.media/resources. That's belove.media/resources. And be sure to subscribe, comment, 5-star, and share. Thank you again for listening.